I'm gonna shoot a comedy special.
You do comedy? You don't seem funny. Oh, you should put this in your special.
Make some noise for Jodi Miller!
Oh my God. I see so many people in this audience that I absolutely love, and one person that I really fucking hate. Why are you here? I know. You know who you are. Yes. Decades in the making. That is my life, just decades in the making. I have to be honest, I was actually so scared that I wasn't even going to make it here tonight because it took me 25 years. So many detours. Road closures, water main breaks, parades, strikes, marathons. And of course, a global pandemic. You guys remember when that happened? That was fun. Here's the thing. Anybody over 40 couldn't afford to lose 2 years of their life. 2 fucking years. Everybody that was in their 20s was like, all right, I guess I'll just like move home with my parents and get hotter. I don't know. I'll just like lose weight, whatever. Like everybody over 40 was like, oh my God, watching themselves age in real time. Do you know how terrifying it is to watch Botox draining from your fucking face? Get back up, get back up. Now we can't be sick anymore. You can't ever be sick again. And if you are, you can't tell anyone ever. Ever. Do you guys remember the days that you could walk into work and be like, oh, I think I'm coming down with something? And everyone's like, oh, that sucks. Come here, give me a hug. Come here. Breathe on me. Oh. You can't fucking do that. You can't make any noise actually in this region. You can't cough, you can't sneeze, you can't clear your throat. You have to suffer in silence. You ever get that random phantom hair just caught in your throat? Were you around a cat? We don't know what's happened. Why? Is it a pubic hair? Nobody knows what's going on there. You can't, you just have to suffer. People would rather you choke to death than make any noise there. Some lady sneezed in Trader Joe's yesterday, they just dragged her outside and shot her. That was it. I just never saw her again. They were like, ma'am, we eliminated the threat. You get your coconut whipped cream now. The only 2 things you can be nowadays without anybody questioning it is hungover or have your period. Those are the only 2 things. So for all you guys who don't drink, you better fucking start getting your period. Fucking LA. LA's on fire again. LA has 2 seasons, summer and fire. That's it. We're in both. And I'm from the East Coast, so whenever the fires or mudslides or anything start happening, all my friends call me up and they're like, are you okay? You okay with the fires? You okay? Doing okay with those fires? I'm like, bitch, I don't make enough money to be affected by the fires. Like, where the fuck do you think I live? Fires, mudslides, that shit does not affect me. When you hear about a girl getting sexually accosted outside of a Rite Aid by a homeless person, then you need to worry about me. People make it their mission to make you miserable on a daily basis in LA without even realizing they're doing it. Like, they just like ran into somebody I hadn't seen in a long time, and I was like, how are you? She's like, phenomenal. Felt that urge. You know that urge to punch her in the fucking face. Because no one who's doing phenomenal says they're doing phenomenal. They say they're doing fine, and they move it along. This bitch kept going. She's like, I am so good, Jodi. I'm actually manifesting my destiny as we speak. I'm like, bitch, we're in the 99-cent store. You're manifesting 3 packs of gum for $1. That's it. I work on a comedy trivia game show. It's called Funny You Should Ask. Yeah, blood. I love it. I love working on that show. The only thing that's not great about working on a trivia show is that now I have a lot of like useless knowledge rolling around in my head. Shit that I never needed to know. Like, did you know a kangaroo has 3 vaginas? Some guy is seriously booking a trip to Australia as we speak. He's like, hold on. 3 vaginas, which actually sounds like 1 too many if you ask me, right? Like every woman knows you only need 2 vaginas. 1 for college and 1 for when you find the one. I know, baby, you don't want to go there. Trust me. You don't want this. You don't. I was in a sorority. Trust me. Don't touch. This is yours. This one's yours. So decades in the making, I came up with that because I was going through a lot of old joke books when I was cleaning out my house, and I was reading some of the jokes, and I was like, wow, you know, who we are on stage is an extension of who we are off stage. And I was looking at these jokes, I was like, wow, that's where I was at that time of my life. I've been doing stand-up so long. And a lot of those jokes never really got heard by the masses because there was no social media, you couldn't post it anywhere. There wasn't a lot of ways that people could see my set unless they came to a show. So I was going through it and I was like, wow, these are really good jokes, and nobody ever heard them until tonight. You guys ready for a little time travel? A little time travel? So I'm single in my 20s and I love it. The truth is that I actually like older guys, like 26, 27. I also like really pretty boys. I love pretty boys. Like seriously, if you're 1 hormone away from a teenage girl, I'm in. But there's definitely a few problems with dating pretty boys. Like for one thing, they take longer to get ready than you do. And another is they're gay. They're gay. I'm Jewish, and there's a stereotype that Jewish women don't like to give blowjobs, and I'd like to tell you, I do. I'll blow you right now, sir. I'm a giver, that's all I'm saying. I'm a giver. But I also love a guy who's also a giver. This last guy I hooked up with, oh, trust me, he was a giver. And one night, he gave for 45 minutes. Little hint, buddy, if you're down there for 45 minutes, you're doing something wrong. Right? You haven't found shit. You need to pull out a map or go on that new map quest. Get a TomTom or any navigational device, but you need to find. He's like, no, Jodi, you don't understand. Oh, I'm taking my time because I'm doing the alphabet with my tongue. I'm like, okay, you know what? Fuck the alphabet. Just dot the I. Dot the I. Dot the I. Dot the I. Cross the T. Dot the I. Done it. It's funny because the only alphabet that's happening in my house now is the one I'm teaching my daughter. Now that I just did that joke, that sounds weird. Different alphabet. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. Thank you. Yeah. She is adorable and also in the car, so I'm gonna speed this special up. It's fine, she can't drive, we're fine. She just had her first dance recital the other day. It was so cute, yeah. And in case you're wondering, God, what does a dance recital with a bunch of 2-year-olds look like? It's exactly what you think. Just a bunch of toddlers standing around doing nothing. While an underpaid, overworked dance instructor frantically tries to get them to raise their hands. Raise it! Raise it! Raise it! Raise it! Raise it! I say they did nothing, but it wasn't nothing. Actually, one kid turned completely around. Another kid sat down and started crying. My daughter crossed the stage and stood next to the instructor in solidarity. And then another kid shit his pants. I've seen a lot of stuff in LA, and that was some of the best shit I've ever seen. I'm actually shocked that it wasn't my daughter who pooped her pants. That's like her thing. She loves doing it. We're potty training her, but she doesn't want to. She loves pooping her pants in public. It's what she's known for. She just gets all dressed up, she holds it in, and the second we leave the house, there she goes. She just lets it rip. And women have a lot of issues about going to the bathroom in public, and I don't want to take that away from her. It all started at Halloween. She was dressed as a little lamb. It was adorable. Second house in, she does that freeze. You know that shit freeze? Just small bead of sweat coming down her head. She's just frozen. And all my friends were like, is she okay? What's going on? Is she okay? I'm like, yeah, she's shitting. She's shitting her pants. Give her some space. Watch as the lamb costume gets fuller in the bottom. And then just like that, she unfroze, grabbed a candy, and wobbled away. I've never been more proud. She's great. She's 2.5 years old, and I haven't lost all the baby weight, which is super annoying because she's adopted. The pregnancy was great, though. I drank all the way through it. I was actually doing shrooms the day she was born. It was very magical. Yeah, they say it's magical, and it was. I was like, a baby? Ah! Where's the baby coming from? Can I eat the baby? I don't know if you guys know anything about adoption, but the first thing you need to decide, if you're going to decide to adopt, is do I want brand new or previously owned? Now, I went with brand new because I love that new baby smell, right? Smells so good. Hers is definitely worn off. After that decision, you need to put together a profile. It's like a dating profile. It's a profile to match with the birth mom. It's pictures of you doing outdoorsy stuff, pictures with you with kids and pets, just to basically make you not look crazy. It's like online dating, except at the end, you get a baby on purpose. Hey. Now, I became an overnight mom. It doesn't usually happen that way, but one night I got a call from my adoption lawyer. He was like, a baby was born, you were selected, you need to get on a plane tomorrow in the middle of a pandemic and go to Kentucky. And that was the most traumatic thing about this whole experience. Going to fucking Kentucky. My daughter came 6 weeks early. She was a preemie. I had to spend some time there. I remember meeting my daughter for the first time. It was exactly like a first date. Like, there were a lot of nerves. She didn't know what to make of me. I didn't know what to make of her. She was a lot shorter than her picture. Everybody there was great. The nurses were all amazed at how perfectly round my daughter's head is. Apparently that's a thing. I know this because every nurse that came in said the exact same thing. They're like, your daughter's head is so round. It's the roundest head we've ever seen in this hospital. I'm like, well, who the fuck are you treating here in Kentucky? Just a bunch of cone heads? What the fuck? They're like, no, when the baby comes out of that birth canal, the head is pulled like an egg, but your daughter's head, round. And then I found out this was the birth mother's 13th pregnancy. Yeah, 13th pregnancy. I'm like, well, of course her head is round. She fucking walked out of that vagina. I think she came 6 weeks early because she wanted to get the fuck out of Kentucky. She was like, is that the girl from LA? I'm out of here. Let's go. The birth mother named my daughter. I didn't know this. We have an open adoption, but everything on the paperwork while I was flying out there just said baby girl and her last name. But when I got to the hospital, there it was. The name that the birth mother had given her all over the wall, which was Harmony. That's the right response. 2 random laughs. That's it. It was on every wall. You could tell the nurses were dying to know what I was going to do. They're like, you gonna keep it? You gonna keep that name, Harmony? I'm like, I would rather keep baby girl than Harmony. I would rather my daughter be named baby girl Miller than Harmony. No offense to any harmonies out there, melodies, crescendos. I love music. They made me watch the baby shaking video. I don't know if that's something that only adoptive parents have to do or if all parents have to do. I'm not really sure, but it's a terrible, horrifying video that they made me watch. I had to sit down and watch it in a room by myself. And of course, my first thought was, I don't need to watch the baby shaking video. I know how to shake a baby. Then I watched it, and of course they said, now they're like, don't shake that baby. I'm like, I won't shake the baby. Like, I know, but you watch the video, make sure you have a support team, and don't shake the baby. I'm like, I'm not gonna shake the baby. I know what you're saying. You're saying, no. Make sure you have a support team, family, friends nearby. Watch the video, don't shake the baby. Make sure you don't shake the baby. I'm like, look, I know some people shake the baby. I would never shake the baby. I know some people do, and I know they get stressed up, but I'm not gonna be one of those people. I'm not gonna shake the baby. I'm not gonna shake the baby. Cut to a month later without any sleep, I'm like, I gotta shake the baby! And it feels like my hands are being guided. Like I have no control. In your sleep-deprived mind, it sounds like the baby is saying, shake me! So I quickly veer to the right and pick up my cat and just shake him. My cat's like, why are you shaking me? I'm like, because you're the only fucker sleeping in this house! The birth mom did drugs during the therapy, hence the name Harmony. My daughter was born with meth in her system. She's 100% healthy, and the best part about that is that now I don't have to have that uncomfortable drug talk with her when she gets to high school. She's already kicked that nasty habit. We're good to go. By the way, that does give me bragging rights. It gives me bragging rights because everybody loves to brag about their kids, especially on social media. They do it all day long. You can see them. They're like, look at my little girl. She knows how to walk. She knows how to talk. She knows where her head is. I'm like, my daughter kicked meth, bitch. I win. She just got her 2-year chips and go fuck yourself. She doesn't need to know where her head is. I will show her. She reached all her milestones. All of her milestones, she reached them, no problem. I remember she got her teeth very young. She got her teeth. Her first tooth was at 4 months, and I actually remember thinking, wow, she officially has more teeth than her birth mom. She did start walking a little bit later. She started walking a little bit later. It wasn't a big deal. She's physically capable of doing it. Toddlers do everything in their own time. We know that. They just do it whenever they decide they're going to do it. And there's no need to worry. Thankfully, I had so many other people to worry for me. They're like, are you concerned? Are you concerned? She's not walking yet. Are you worried? She's not walking yet. Are you worried? I'm like, no, she's physically capable of doing it. If you're capable of doing it, you will do it. It's not something extra we decide we're gonna learn, like swimming or horseback riding. Think about it. Have you ever met an adult that's like, you know what? I just never learned to walk. You know, I couldn't find the time. My parents couldn't afford the lesson, so I crawl everywhere. Grab my drink, let's go over here. Think about it, even the dumbest person you know knows how to walk. She figured it out. Oh my God, she's talking a lot. She talks a lot. She also loves to talk in the middle of the night. And now I know why they use toddlers for horror movies. Right? Because they're fucking terrifying. The other night at 4 a.m., I get up to go to the bathroom. I'm just in the bathroom, and from her room down the hall, all I heard was, I'm sorry. If you hear someone giggle at 4 a.m. while you're peeing, your piss will stop, just so you know. You don't have to do anything. Your body does it for you. Just getting ready to flee. Your body's like, let's go. And then immediately after, all I heard was, hi. I didn't even pull up my underwear. I just hobbled to bed, closed the door, figure it out tomorrow. Who the fuck is she talking to? She says cock a lot. She says it all the time. She says it so much that daycare was like, she's saying cock a lot. I'm like, I know, we're very proud. It means 3 things to her. It stands for sock, chalk, and chocolate. And I realized that last one when we went to the farmer's market and she was having ice cream and I said, do you want chocolate? And she screamed, cock! Now I'm not gonna let that one just sit there. Chocolate cock! Chocolate cock! No, everyone's looking at us. I'm like, it's what she prefers. Back off. She's actually stunning. She's stunning. She is a stunning little girl. And I can say that because I didn't make her, I bought her. Like, if you have a child, sir, and it's ugly, it would be your fault. That's the facts. Your genetics. But when you adopt, you get what you get, and you love them no matter what. That's the way it is. And I remember flying out to Kentucky, and I was preparing myself. I was like, well, if she's ugly, I'm gonna lean into it. Just like really embrace it. I'll be like, she's ugly cute. She's quirky. We live in Silver Lake. But guess what? I didn't have to do that because she's fucking hot, and that's the most important thing, having a hot baby. She's actually a toddler. She's a hot toddy. That's what she is. Her first word was actually dada. It was dada, which is so cute. So cute. It's also hilarious because I'm single. It used to be cute, and now it's like really annoying. Because it's like she's taunting me on a daily basis. She's like, dada. Dada, dada, dada. Dada, dada, dada. Dada, dada. I'm like, I'm trying, bitch. I want a dada too. Get your hot toddler ass out there and try me a fucking man. So now we just let her swipe for me. It's going really well. All my friends were like, oh my God, now that you have a baby, is that all you're gonna talk about on stage? I'm like, yeah, that's why I got her. I was running out of material. That's actually her name, New Material. I'm just kidding. I could never run out of material because I am still single. And that brings me to my 30s. So I'm single in my 30s. You know, I have to be honest, I actually love it. I absolutely love it. I'm not bitter about it. I know a lot of women can get on stage and be bitter about it. And trust me, you can find a woman on stage talking about being single and being bitter. She's called a singer-songwriter. You guys know this girl, she's gorgeous, but she's tortured. Me. She usually placed like behind a piano or strapped to a guitar, and all of her songs are about pain and loss. They all sound exactly the same. They're like, I wrote this next song when I was going through a tough time. And it's called Going Through a Tough Time. Can I get some more sound on the monitor? Thanks. And I cry when you lie in the sky. Wear a tie, don't eat fries on your thighs. You're a guy with a sty. Say bye-bye. Hi, hi, hi. I know bye in the sky. And I cry, 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 and I'm going through a tough time. Thank you. This next song is about my dad, who was never really there for me, and it's called Never Really There for Me, and I cry. When I wrote that joke, I genuinely was not bitter. I am fucking now. Just a little bit, a little bit. I cannot be that fucked up, says the girl recording a comedy special. I had no idea that owning your own home, having a great job, and not being blocked by any of your exes is a red flag. I didn't know that. Apparently it is, because ladies, I don't know if you know this, but if you are still single, never been married, and in your 40s, it's your fault. Hey! Because when I was single in my 20s, it was totally different. Everyone was like, oh my God, just stay single, have fun, date everyone, live your life. Then when I was single in my 30s, everyone was like, well, you're doing the work, you made a vision board, I don't know. As soon as I was single in my 40s, everyone was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Stop mouth kissing your cat and get married already. My cat is also very hot. It's a whole hot household. That's what it is. I don't know why relationship status is such an important thing to everybody. Everybody wants to know, are you dating anyone? What's going on? Everybody needs to know your relationship status. It's on every form you fill out. I switched gas companies. Second question on that form. Why does the gas company need to know my relationship status? Seriously. If people don't have to reveal their gender because they consider themselves fluid, I should not have to reveal my relationship status. So the next time somebody asks, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm single, but I fucking identify as married, asshole. I do genuinely want to get married. I do. I'm not making that up. I do want to get married, especially now that I have a kid. But mainly so I can get divorced and he can have joint custody. Sir? Not 50-50, just like 1 weekend a month so I can do shrooms again. That's all I'm asking for. I think the best thing, though, about getting older and being single is that your exes start getting divorced. So for you ladies out there that think, oh, he got away. No, he didn't. He'll be right back around. Wait it out. I reconnected with somebody that I dated 20 years ago. It was going really well for about 4 months, and then one night he got blackout drunk and pissed in my closet. Now, here's the thing. When you're in your 20s and your boyfriend pees in your closet, it's adorable. Can't get enough of that. But when you're in your 40s and your boyfriend pees in your closet, it's time to reevaluate your life choices. And the worst part about that is that at the moment he was peeing, right at that moment, my cat came running in and was like, we can fucking do this now? It's just such a weird thing when you do get older and dating. I mean, like, I'm back on all the apps. I'm on all of the apps, and it is, soul crushing. I'm on every app except for Farmers Only. Because I'm not a farmer, and I just can't bring myself to it. Mainly just for the commercials. I don't know if you've ever seen a Farmers Only commercial, but it's this couple, and they're sitting there, and they're smiling, drinking wine, and the husband looks at the camera, and he goes, well, I've been around livestock my whole life, so I know what I want. And his wife is just sitting there with a glass of wine smiling. I'm like, bitch, he just called you a cow. You're the livestock. Did you not? Being on a dating app over 40 is like shopping at Marshall's. It's like you know everything in there is crap. And then you remember, oh, I'm in there. You think to yourself, how did I even get in here? I told myself I'd never be in here. I would never be in here. And you're gonna leave. You're just about to leave. And then you remember your friend Jamie found a Versace dress in here, that whore. Talks about it all the time. So you force yourself to sift through the garbage. And you're like, no, 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 no. Maybe, no, 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 no. You find something that's not Versace, but it is J. Crew. Grab it and get the fuck out. You rush home, you can't wait to put it on, you put it on, and the zipper's broken! And then you immediately think, I can fix that. You try to fix it, you wear it out, everyone's like, is that new? What is that? Like, it's new. I mean, it's not perfect, but like, nothing's perfect. I mean, I think it looks really good, don't you think? It looks like, oh, you look happy. I don't know. And then months and months of you trying to make it work, and you're just like, I gotta get rid of it, you get rid of it. And then that's when your friends are like, I gotta be honest with you, I didn't want to tell you this before, but we did not like that dress. Yeah, the dating apps, I think they're actually only good for hookups. Sometimes I would purposely pick a guy who said he was allergic to cats because I knew he could only last about 30 minutes. So great. You bring him home, minute 35. He's like, oh my God, I can't breathe. I'm like, oh my God, you need to leave immediately. Get out of here. Oh, you poor, get out of here. Get out of here. Then my cat and I high five each other. I fucked that guy. God, everything gets more difficult as you get older. Everything. Even making friends is more difficult. When you're in your 20s, you're like, oh my God, you like blue? I like blue. Let's get wasted. And when you're in your 30s, you're like, oh my God, you like blue? I also like blue. Let's do a sound bath and then get wasted. Now I'm in my 40s. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you like blue. I can't get wasted. I have acid reflux. I can't do it. Even getting wasted. I just said getting wasted. Like, you can't even, the way people look at you, like, you really can't get wasted the older you get. And also, people look at you and judge you for that, too. Like, when you get wasted in your 20s, everyone's like, well, she's just partying. She's just partying. You get wasted in your 30s, they're like, she's stressed at work, clearly. You get wasted in your 40s, they're like, she has a problem. And when you get wasted in your 50s, you're probably going through a hot flash, so leave that bitch alone! I was updating all my profiles. Had to update them to say that I was a mom, and I was going through them all, and it hit me. I've never been referred to as a girl next door. I don't know why it bothers me so much. I've never been called the girl next door. Apparently I'm the crack whore around the corner. I have no idea. But then I thought of it. It's because my hair is naturally curly. That's not the girl next door. That's the girl next door with naturally straight hair. Looks amazing. She's the girl that's like, I'd love to ride in a convertible. Because her hair is naturally straight. Looks the same in the rain, in the wind, in the humidity. Girl next door's like, oh my God, we're going out tonight. Let me get ready. Ready. I took her 5 minutes to put that face on. She looks fucking amazing. This literally took hours, and I still always look freshly fucked from some alley. At any point during the day, if I told you I just fucked a dude in the alley before this set, you'd be like, I can see that, absolutely. There's nothing worse than being out all night thinking you look hot. Just to come home at the end of the night, walk into your bathroom, and be struck by the beacon of fucking truth. Like, what is up with overhead lighting in the bathroom that it exposes the demon face? Like, why is that? Because when you're getting ready, it looks totally different. When you're getting ready, you're like, oh my God, I still got it. Hello. I still got it. And at the end of the night, you're like, I do not have it. Someone stole it and then beat me with it. I'm at the age where my friends are getting married for the second time. Unacceptable. I'm sorry. I should be able to get married once before they do it again, don't you think? And they want you to be as excited about their second wedding as you were about their first. Go fuck yourself. My one friend called me up. She's like, but you don't understand. I met my soulmate. I'm like, again, bitch? Like, how many souls do you have? Are you the fucking devil? What's going on? Look, if I've been to your first wedding, you invite me to your second wedding, you should have to buy me a gift. That's the law. I'll pick the destination. We're doing it at 7-Eleven. Slurpees for everyone. She actually sent me a save the date. You can't send a save the date for a second wedding. You just can't. She's like, save the date. I'm like, I did 15 years ago, and you couldn't save that marriage. Don't awe me. She got 2 fucking air fryers. Don't send a save the date, actually, for anything. Honestly, don't ever send the save the date. Nobody knows where they're gonna fucking be anymore. You know what I mean? Save it, March 5th, 2025. I have the same reaction when I get a save the date as I do when somebody tells me they're in a play. Oh, God, you're in Macbeth the musical? Wow, you know, I'd love to go. Love to go. Here's the thing, I'm getting surgery all next year. The whole year. Yeah. I have a lot of friends, been married a long time, lots of kids. I can't get advice from friends that are my age or older because they're all like various stages of giving up. They just are. My one friend after her 3rd kid was like, Jodi, I stopped shaving years ago. Like, I let it all grow together now like a body snuggie, whatever. And I can't do that because I'm still single, you know what I mean? So all my younger friends are like, oh no, Jodi, you gotta get it off. It's gotta all be off. You gotta wax it, shave it, rip it, burn it, mow it, thread it, pluck it. Get it off, get it all off. Pull it out with your bare hands, throw acid on it if you have to, but you get every fucking hair off of that. Show a pubic hair to a millennial, they're like, what the fuck is that? What is that? I can't do that. It's not my generation. I have to leave a little bit of hair there so everybody fucking knows the 80s were here. Yeah. Problem is that I do like the younger guys. They just say the dumbest things. They say the dumbest things. I was hooking up with this one guy at the time he was 25. He sent me a text that said, where have you been all my life? That's what the 25-year-old said, where have you been all my life? I'm like, well, let's see. When you were born, I was a senior in high school. Just send me a picture of your dick. Yeah, you're dating a younger guy, you're always one text message away from a dick pic at any moment. And what's worse is that they want you to reciprocate. You have to send them a naked pic. And any woman over 40 knows it's fucking impossible. I need hair, makeup, lighting, a wind fan. And a backstory. Why the fuck am I naked? Why am I naked in this picture? Women have to know. Guys don't. You can just pull a fucking pant leg down, just take a snap of your dick and be like, Happy Tuesday, ladies. No explanation needed. But women need to know what's going on here. Oh my God, oh, all my laundry's dirty, naked. That's the other thing. We never really know how to pose. We don't know how to pose. We know you want to see the tits and everything, but we want to make it sexy too. So here I am just overanalyzing. So what I do is I take my phone, I put it on a fucking little tripod thing, and I just like set the timer up. But now I've got 5 seconds to try to figure out what I think is fucking sexy. You know what I mean? You're like 5, 4, 3, 2. There it is. It's not sexy. That's a terrible pose. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Delete, 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 delete. Just keep taking them. Delete, 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 delete. Finally find one. You finally found one. But now you have to filter it because you can't send a naked picture. Gotta be tan in all the right places. Keep the face porcelain white. Hey. Then you send it to him. Less than 5 seconds later, he shoots back, hot, send another. I'm like, I don't have another day to waste, asshole! Or the last young guy that I hooked up with too. We're just making out, that's all we're doing. Just making out. And right in the middle of the makeout session, this dude pulls back and goes, look what you did to me. I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to get my readers. Hold on a second. I can't see anything anymore. It's like pointing at it like it's a PowerPoint presentation in his pants. You look what you did to me. I feel like younger guys say that. Older guys are like, look what I can still do. Which now brings me into my 40s. So guys, I'm single and in my 40s. Well, actually, I just turned 40, so the baby race is on now. Like, seriously, if I want to have a baby, I have to have it tonight. Like, that's it. Because basically, I've got like one drunk egg just hanging on. It's just up there right now, just like, what is going on? I've been here since she was 13. Is anyone coming to get me? The truth is that I want to be a mom, I just don't know when. My dad, on the other hand, wants me to be a mom like right now. He wants to be a grandfather so badly, all the time. He's like, when am I going to be a granddad? When am I going to be a grand? I'm like, Dad, I'm not even dating anyone. He's like, please, you don't have to be married to have a kid. I'm sorry, this was my father's worst nightmare when I was in high school. That his teenage daughter just gets knocked up. The other day, he sent me a profile from a sperm bank. He's like, this guy looks tall. I'm like, Dad, let me handle it myself. I have a plan. Now when I hook up with a guy and he goes to get a condom, I'm like, you know what, don't. Let's do this one for my dad. Can't even imagine getting pregnant right now. I'm just white knuckling my youth, just trying to stay young. It's just like the older we get, the more we just kind of hang on to it. Guys, you could just throw like a beer on your face, you look amazing. But we have to use all the expensive moisturizers just to stay looking 40 forever. Like the cream I use right now, it's got this stuff called PSP. It's like $150. I use it because apparently it really works. And PSP is basically afterbirth. Yes, I'm putting afterbirth on my face. I know it sounds disgusting, but look, if it takes 10 years off my face, I'll become a fucking midwife tomorrow. And be in every delivery room. I'll be like, it's a boy, give me the placenta. And now it's just, for me, it's not just the lotions that we spend money on, it's the supplements. All about the supplements, gotta take the supplements. And all your friends try to convince you to take all this, you gotta take the supplements, gotta take the serums and the supplements, you gotta take every supplement. You can't just take a multivitamin, you gotta take the supplements too. You gotta take your vitamin A, B, C, D, E, and K. You gotta take your iron, you gotta take your calcium, your magnesium, your potassium, your folic acid. You've also gotta take your omega-3s, your fish oil, your biotin, your melatonin, your probiotic, prebiotic, antibiotic. Apple cider vinegar, and of course collagen. You've got to take collagen. You can't forget collagen, but it can't be any collagen. It's got to be marine collagen. That's the kind of collagen, and it can't be in the capsules. You got to get them in the picture, put it in there, put some liquid, make it a liquid. Fuck that. Actually, you know what? Just buy the liquid. Buy the liquid collagen and drink it that way. You'll absorb it better. Actually, fuck that. If you want marine collagen, you need to drive down to the marina, get a fish, slice it open, and put it on your face. And do that every day. Every single day. And if you do, in 20 years, you will look 5 minutes younger. Michael, maybe. That's the thing about getting older. Like, in our minds, we're always going to be a certain age, right? We're always going to be a certain age. And then everybody else reminds us that we're not. I'm at the age where I had to increase the font on my text on my phone. That's a big fucking no-no. Young people love to font shame you everywhere you go. Sorry, is it so offensive that I want to read my text? They're like, ah! Ah! Like, if I pulled out my glasses and put them on, you'd be like, oh, that's so hot, sexy, it looks so good. The second you see my font slightly bigger, what up, Grandma? It's not all bad, though. Getting old is not all bad. I play new games now, which I think are fun. The game that I'm playing now is, am I done peeing? Guys, I played it today, and guess what? I wasn't done peeing. Bladder 1, Jodi 0. It's so weird in our heads. Like, every time I take my clothes off and I look in the mirror, I'm like, whose body is that? Like, how did my mother's body literally get on top of my body? Like, when did that happen? I remember being in high school and seeing my mom change and thinking, why is her ass dragging across the floor? That's an unfortunate body type. She turned 40. That's what happened. Like, guys, I truly believe that every day my ass and my face are in a competition to seeing it to the ground first. Every day. And my ass is winning. Like, you don't know this about me, but I used to have a thigh and I used to have an ass, and now I have a thas. That's what I have. They've just fused together. They just fused together. It was like one day my ass was like, you know what? I'm exhausted. And my thigh was like, well, you can rest here. Guys used to be like, oh, Jodi, your ass is so tight. And now they're gonna be like, oh, Jodi, your ass is so continuous. There it is. And as far as my face, I already told you, I love it. My motto is fill it and freeze it. Seriously. Stick all the needles in there if you have to. I have so much Botox in my neck, people, I can't swallow correctly, and I'm okay with that. Because you know what? I have swallowed enough. Honestly, women don't like to talk about that, and I want to change that. If you do something that makes you feel good, share it, at least with your friends, honestly. Because celebrities lie about it all day long, setting up unrealistic expectations. You ask a celebrity, oh my God, you look so good, what's your secret? She'll be like, I cut cinnamon out of my diet. Game changer. If you ask me, Jodi, what's your secret? I will tell you, I get Botox and fillers, and I was fucking a 27-year-old and slowly draining his youth. I ended it with a 27-year-old because obviously he turned 28. Gross. Such a crazy thing. It's a crazy, weird transition from being referred to as a miss to being called a ma'am. I'd rather be called a whore than a ma'am, people. Yes. Nobody wants to be called a ma'am, and the first time it happens, it's so jarring. You're just like, ma'am. Oh, it's like somebody punches you in the old vaginas. Oh. Can I help you find something? Ma'am. Just think about even the word miss. Doesn't that sound beautiful? Miss, miss, and then you hear ma'am. Ma'am. don't know if you guys know this, but ma'am is actually a French word, and the literal translation is, I don't want to fuck you. Unless we're in the military, don't call me ma'am, okay? Now you can call me madame or madame, and I believe that word originated from somebody who started to say ma'am, saw the woman's face, and then course corrected immediately. He was like, oh, can I help you find something, man? Damn! You look so good. I realized there are two different types of women out there. Women that watch The Real Housewives and women that watch true crime and serial killer documentaries. Yes, where are my serial killer girls at? Yes, be proud. These are the women you want to be with because we appreciate the little things, okay? Now, the women that watch The Real Housewives are great, but they love drama. They say they don't, but they do. They like to secretly imagine what their lives would be like if they had all that money. But us girls that watch the serial killer documentaries are just grateful for what we have. Right? Because we know how fucked up our lives could get. Like, oh, you're having a bad day? Yeah? Well, at least you're not in a fucking trunk, huh? Did your boyfriend break up with you? Just be grateful he didn't carve his name in your torso. You're doing just fine. Take a Xanax and go get your service dog. Yeah, service dogs. Southern California is just overrun with service dogs. They're just fucking everywhere. It's 2023, people. Can we all admit that not every dog is a service dog? If your dog does not shit insulin, it's not a service dog. And if you're not laughing right now, you have a very small dog at home. Wearing a sweater, because it's getting kind of chilly. Wondering why the fuck you didn't take them to go see a comedy special tonight. Dog's like, she takes me everywhere. Where'd she go? She never leaves. That's my emotional support dog. It's always a tiny little dog that's an emotional support dog, just shaking uncontrollably outside of a Starbucks. Just like... That's my emotional support dog. I'm like, well, where the fuck is his emotional support dog? Is he gonna shit a smaller dog out? Because I wanna see that. You know why those dogs are shaking? They're shaking because they never wanted to be a service dog. They just wanted to be adopted. But then you took them home, you brought your bullshit in and day out, and now they're one bark away from stroking out. Fact. The dog's like, did she just get a text from her ex? She's gonna freak the fuck out! I think I'm just jealous because I have a cat. You've never seen a service cat, but I want to be the first person with a service cat. And the service, yes. And the service is going to be that he scratches the fuck out of anyone who pisses me off. That, my friends, is a service animal. It's like, oh, are you writing me a ticket? Have you met my service cat? Take it! Throw a cat at someone, they'll rip your face right off. The only service dog I will ever have is when I'm in menopause, because that sounds like it would be great. Like he could fan you with the tail if you're really hot, he could piss all over you. He'll wear one of those cute vests that says, you can pet me, but stay the fuck away from her. I'm not in menopause, I'm in perimenopause, which can start in your 30s. It's just a menopause. It's another horrible M word that we've been saddled with. That like nobody, people like all the guys in the room are like, did you just say menopause? Oh. It's perimenopause, which is basically what happens before menopause. It's like a preview of what's to come. It's like a trailer of a movie that nobody wants to see. Like a horror movie, but with a lot less blood. My doctor was like, oh, Jodi, just think of it as a second puberty. So I punched her in the fucking face. Oh, that sounds like so much fun, second puberty. When you're going through puberty the first time, what's interesting is that guys can look at a girl that's going through puberty and think, in a few years, she's gonna be down to fuck. But when you're going through menopause, they think, in a few years, she's gonna be down to knit. It's just a terrible, terrible thing that you put upon us with the menopause. It's like you have the uncontrollable mood swings, hot flashes, and of course, the loss of your sex drive. That's like a new fun thing, the loss of the sex drive. But I thought about it for a minute, and I realized that women lose their sex drive because of menopause at almost the exact same time that men start losing their ability to have an erection. Nobody in this room, everybody's dick is hard. Right now. But I don't think it's a coincidence. I actually don't think it's a coincidence that we lose our libido at the same time you lose your erection. I think that's our body's way of saying, stop fucking, start playing pickleball. But here's the good thing, guys. It all comes back. It all comes back, and I know this because I work on a trivia show. Did you know the demographic with the highest percentage of STDs and cases of binge drinking belongs to senior citizens, specifically living in assisted living facilities? Yes. Yes, the senior citizens. So guys, all we have to do is make it to 75, 80, go into one of these nursing homes. They have 24/7 care that live there, so you can fuck whoever you want, do the drugs you've always wanted to do, and shit your pants, and they will clean it up. It's amazing. Oh my God, that's what the third vagina's for. College, marriage, nursing home. I'm gonna get out of here in a second because my daughter's been in the car way too long. So late. I do want to say this in all sincerity. For those of you out there that think you have aged out of your life, you haven't. You haven't aged out of dating. You haven't aged out of your career. You haven't aged out of your passion, out of something that you really want to do. If you want to do it, you will do it. Think of it as we're all giant toddlers doing things on our own timeline. And guess what? Before you know it, you won't just be walking, you'll be running. For me, I'm actually just looking forward to the next decade of my life when I raise a beautiful, fearless, independent little girl into a gorgeous young lady so one day she can turn to me and say, "You're not my real mother."
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And that's it. That's what I'm gonna do. That's the material for my special. What do you think? I'll take it.
Anything else?